so happy to be here. Do you know that I produced MacGyver here in Vancouver? We did Dead Man's Gun here in Vancouver. We did So Weird for the Disney Channel here in Vancouver. And I am so happy to be back in this fabulous city. You have always been so supportive. And there was a time when there was a restaurant called Tomato, and they made a chocolate brownie that I dream about. So you know what I thought I would do is I thought I would just tell you a little bit about my story and then see if you relate to any of it. I am a husband, a father of 3, grandfather of 5. We have 2 dogs, Charlotte and Linus. Thank you. I am an actor, a director, a producer, and with my partner, Lynn Oliver, I have written 34 novels and for children. Thank you. And I am in the bottom 3% academically in America. English was hard. I can't spell to this day. Math is hard. Science was hard. I was great at lunch. I went to a private boys' school in New York City called McBurney School for Boys. I wore a blue blazer, gray slacks, a tie every day. The headmaster of the school said to me, "Winkler, I want to know why you're not achieving." I said, "Hey, that makes 2 of us." I took geometry for 4 years, same course. I took it in regular school, I took it in summer school. I took it in regular school, I took it in summer school. I took it in regular school, I took it in summer school. I took it in regular school, I took it in summer school. I finally passed geometry in my summer school session of my senior year. I got a D-. I did not get my diploma with my class. I got it in the mail. I didn't walk down the aisle with my class. I couldn't graduate with them because I still hadn't passed geometry. And that was in July of 1963. From that day until today, not one human being in this world has ever said the word hypotenuse to me. What were they thinking? All that shame, all that humiliation, all that grounding was for nothing. Well, I got through high school by the skin of my teeth. I applied to 28 colleges. I got into 2. One of them was Park University in Missouri. I never actually met anybody who has gone to Park University in Missouri. I am convinced it is a doorway on a prairie. I also got into Emerson College. I went there. I nearly flunked out my first 2 years, and then I talked my way back in. And then, in my senior year of spring semester at Emerson College in Boston, I applied to the Yale School of Drama. Now, I forgot to tell you that my parents were very, 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 very short people. And they came from Germany in 1939. They arrived in New York City, and my father brought with him a lumber business. He wanted me to import and export wood. I wanted to be an actor since I was 7 years old. I don't know how it came into my heart. I don't know how it came into my mind. All I know is, if people were born to do something, I was born to try and be an actor. And my father, of course, wanted me to buy and sell. I did not want to buy and sell. I wanted to be an actor. My father asked me about 11 times a day in 15 languages, because he spoke a lot of languages. I had trouble with English. He said to me, "Why do you think I bought the business over here?" I said, besides being chased by the Nazis, Dad, was there a bigger reason than that? They called me dummer Hund. Yeah, very affectionate phrase. For those of you who don't speak German, that means dumb dog. Very supportive people. Right there by my side at all times. When I was growing up, I saw my life as a cylinder of stainless steel. No handhold, no foothold, and I tried to get to the sun, and I kept slipping down all the time. But I had a dream, and I never let the dream go. I never let my dream out of my mind. So now I'm going to Yale Drama School. I call my parents. I said, hey, dummer Hund got into Yale. And my mother said, and I remember this like it was yesterday. She said, oh, this is very nice. Here, tell your father. Okay, so now I'm at Yale, and 25 actors started, 11 finished, 3 were asked into the professional company. I was one of those 3. I'm making $173 a week. I'm being an actor. I'm on my way. I'm living my dream. Amazing. Now, I'm in the professional company. I stay for a year and a half, and I go to New York, and I try out for commercials. Everybody that I went to Yale with said, I don't know how you can do commercials. It goes against our aesthetic grain. We would train for the theater. Their next question to me was, how do you get them? Because I was working in front of a camera. I didn't have to be a waiter, not that there's anything wrong, but I could do plays for free at night because I was making money during the day. And then in 1973, I got on a plane at 10 o'clock in the morning, American Airlines. We landed 2:45 in the afternoon in terra firma, Los Angeles. Who remembers? And I was there for a month. I made enough money to go to LA for a month. Hollywood was the only wood I was interested in. So there I am, and I audition. I get Mary Tyler Moore show that within like 5 days, I got 4 lines on a sitcom called Mary Tyler Moore. And a week later, I go to Paramount Studios. I try out for a brand new show. I got 6 lines on this new show. I'm on the set, and they say, the character goes to the mirror and combs his hair. I said, I'm so sorry. You know, every actor who has ever played a part like this has combed their hair. I'm not going to comb my hair. I'll do anything else, but, you know, I've got to be true to myself. And the director said, that's so lovely. It says you go to the mirror, comb your hair. Go to the mirror, comb your hair. I walk up to the mirror. I pull the comb out of my back pocket. I look in the mirror. Hey, I don't have to because it's perfect. And that's how the defining moment of my character came to be. I was true to myself, and I was still being a professional. It was unbelievable. Here it is. This is what I know. And for every human being in this room, if you have a dream, if you know that you need to do something, you don't talk yourself out of it, and we're very good at that, aren't we? We have a rationale for always not doing what we want to do. Or somebody is going to tell you, don't do it. They said to Barbra Streisand, your nose is too big. You're not really attractive enough. She knew what she wanted. She sang her way through the decades. Everybody has a Barbra Streisand song somewhere on their iPod. You don't have to listen to anybody else. You, the distance between your dream and you is you. Nobody is going to stop you if you know what you want without any doubt, without ambivalence. You just keep walking to what you want to do. And I promise you, I am living proof. I was told I was stupid, I was lazy, dumme Hund, I'll never live up to my potential, there's not much I can accomplish, because I got a D- in everything. I still can't spell. I have spell check on the computer. I write a letter. And a red sign comes up on my computer screen. What the hell are you talking about? It's not even close to anything I understand. There's always somebody in the house, in the office, in your space, who you can call and say, hey, how do you spell allergy? Because I don't know. I can't sound the words out. But here's another thing that I learned. For all of the young people in this audience, if school is a little difficult, I'm here to tell you right now, how you learn has nothing to do with how brilliant you are. You are in no way defined by your grades. No one has ever asked me how I did in algebra. All they did is ask me, is it fun to work with Adam Sandler? And yes, it is. We've got 2 dogs. Charlotte, she just passed away, 16 years old. She was a Labradoodle. She was an independent sleeper. If you dared touch her with your toe, if she slept on our bed, I had to tell Charlotte every night, it's my bed. Linus. Stacy, my wife, brought Linus home. He was a little Labrador, a little guy, 4 months old, tiny little guy. She brought him home. He had no tags. He promptly grew into a Great Dane. A little bit of a mix. 120 pounds. He sleeps on the bed. He sleeps touching you. And by touching you, I mean he sleeps on you like a safety belt. You don't get up and pee in the middle of the night unless he says okay. And here's another fact about Linus. Linus has the worst breath in America. Linus, I have to go. I woke up one morning, I swear, he seared the eyebrows right off my face. We have 3 kids. Jed is my stepson. He came as a gift with the marriage to Stacy. And Zoe was a teacher. Now she's the mother of 3 beautiful redheaded boys. Zoe, you know, I always thought it was really important for our children to have chores. They were great negotiators. I did their chores. Zoe had a bunny, and she had to feed the bunny, clean the cage. I share a bathroom in the morning with Stacy. Zoe came in. I said, Zoe, did you feed your bunny? She looked at my wife and said, why did you marry him? I can't listen to his voice anymore. I said, Zoe, when you talk like that, it hurts my feelings. She said, well, then don't listen to me. I'm just a kid. I don't know what I'm saying. Max, our youngest, who's now a director, he came running in and he said, Dad, I know that they make corn oil out of corn. How do they make baby oil? I said, I'm going to get back to you on that. He's still waiting. There was a lull in my acting career. Who knew there would be a lull in your acting career? Somebody suggested I write books for children about my learning challenges. When Jed, our oldest, my stepson, was in the 3rd grade, he was studying the Hopi Nation, the American, Native Americans in Arizona. We went there. He had to write a report. He couldn't do it. I said everything to him that was said to me. You're being lazy. You're not living up to your potential. Go write it again. He couldn't. We had him tested. And everything that they said about Jed was true about me. And at 31, I found out I was not stupid. I was not lazy. I was not a dumme Hund. I had something with a name. I was dyslexic. So when I had a lull in my acting career, my agent said, write books for children about your learning challenges. And I said, I can't do that. I feel I'm stupid. Because if you tell a child, oh, don't be stupid, don't be a moron, oh, come on, live up to your potential, you should know that by your age. If you tell them often enough, a child believes what you say, because you are all very powerful human beings, and the words you say go into other human beings. It lands. I had a music teacher in the 11th grade, Mr. Rock, who I've written into the books. In the 11th grade, he said one sentence to me. He said, Winkler, if you ever do get out of here, you're going to be great. I held on to that one sentence like Leo DiCaprio held on to that piece of wood when he slid off the boat. It really matters. And so we came up with Hank Zipzer. And I can't believe that my name is on 1, let alone 34 novels. Can I read a little of Hank Zipzer to you? Yeah. Okay, so it is a spelling test. Now, like Hank, short for Henry, I studied my words, I knew them, I went to class, I was confident, and it's the spelling test. Of course, I had the worst teacher in the world. Her name was Miss Adolph. I think she was related. Her breath was gray, her eyelids were gray, her knees were gray. Miss Adolph must have called my name, but I was concentrating so hard, I didn't hear her at first. All of a sudden, I saw her standing over me. The entire class was staring at me. Every eye was burning into my skin. Daydreaming, are we? Miss Adolph asked. Oh, no, I answered. See, I was just practicing my words. I guess I can't spell and hear at the same time. The kids cracked up. I had to smile. There it was, the old Zipzer attitude. Come with me, young man. We walked up to the front of the classroom. I looked at all the faces staring at me. All of a sudden, my ears stopped working for real. Turn the page. It was as if everything was moving in slow motion. Miss Adolph said the word, rhythm. I saw her lips move. I couldn't hear a thing. Come on, Hank, breathe. You know this word. Okay, my body started working. Rhythm, R-H-Y-T-H-M, rhythm. And without realizing it, I high-fived myself. Quiet, this is not a laughing matter. All right, Mr. Comedian, try the word receive. Receive. R-E-C. I paused. So far, so good. And then my mind went totally blank. R-E-C, what? Oh no, what's the rule? Oh, there's an I, there's an E, but what comes first? What's the word? I forgot the word. How could I be so stupid? Well, Henry, there is more to the word receive than R-E-C. This is great. At least I knew the word again. Don't tell me. Trust me, I won't. Receive. R-E-C-I-E-V-E. Receive. Please. Please let that be right.
I thought you said you knew it.
Last night, I knew every one of these words, forwards and backwards. This morning, I lost them. From the time I left my apartment until the time I arrived in class, they must have fallen out of my head. Maybe I lost them on the street or in the stairwell or in the hallway going up to my classroom. I started to hit my forehead.
Henry, what are you doing?
Miss Adolph, you see, I think the words are holding on to the inside of my brain. I'm trying to knock them into my mouth. Thank you. So, I'm just going to leave you where I started. Every one of you has got greatness inside you. And your job is to figure out what that greatness is, dig it out, and give it to the world as a gift. Because there is not one adult in your city, in your country, who cannot wait to see who you become. And I thank you for listening, because my parents never did. Thank you. Thank you. Now, there are 2 microphones here. Does anybody have a question? Anybody? Yes, my darling. Nice to see you.
What's your favorite movie?
What's my favorite movie that I've ever seen or that I ever did?
Have you been?
That I've been in. Do you know what? That is a great question. I don't have a favorite. Because every time I do a job, I always think, this is the greatest thing. This is it. This is my favorite. Now, I want you to repeat after me. December. NBC.
NBC.
Better late than never.
Better late than never.
We're coming back.
Coming back. Can I tell you one more thing? My
What?
mom loves you.
I'm so happy to see you too. Yes, sir.
Hi, thank you very much.
What is your name?
Michael.
Hi, Michael. We met at the table, didn't we?
We did, and I was really honored to
Yes.
shake your hand. Thank you very much.
Ooh.
What I was asking, or what I was wondering, is that you've had the opportunity to work with so many great people and funny people, as you've mentioned with Adam Sandler. Going back to your Happy Days time with your first meeting with Mork from Ork. Can you tell us about that?
Well, you know, Robin Williams came on a Wednesday. We usually start rehearsing Happy Days on a Monday. We rehearse all the way until Friday, and then we shoot in front of a live audience. They could not find any actor who would take Mork from Ork. And Robin was a stand-up comic. This was going to be one of his first television shows. He came in, they gave him the script. We now are lacking 2 days of rehearsal. And from the moment he opened his mouth, I realized I am in the presence of greatness. And my job is just to not laugh and get out of the way and let him be who he is. Because, man, it was something to witness. Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hello.
What is your name?
Great. I'm Simon.
Hi.
Pleased to meet you. First of all, I'm a teacher, so I really just want to say thank you for everything you said about education. Please come and talk to my students, because everything you said is exactly what they need to hear at all times. So thank you. My question is that I watched Happy Days a lot when I was growing up, and I really liked how the Fonz was a real mix of cool but feelings as well.
Right.
The stereotype of the jock at that point
Right.
had just been like the icy side, and then you'd have the Richie Cunningham for the feelings. But Fonz seemed to always be cool, but always wanted to look after his friends as well. And I really reacted to that. Was that the idea from the beginning, or is that something
It
that
was
developed?
the idea from the beginning. When I first got the job, I said, they called me up and said, would you like to play this character? And I said, yes, if you let me show the other side, the emotional side, because once he takes off his jacket at home and he's sitting there, you know, with his refrigerator and a record player, who does he have to be cool for? If you let me show the emotional side, it would be my pleasure. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi,
What is your name?
Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne.
I have a comment rather than a question, and I just wanted to say thank you for being so open about your dyslexia. Both my brother and my son are severely dyslexic, and having that inspiration and helping not only them to understand, but everybody to understand is huge. It makes such a difference. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. You know what is so funny is that it's hereditary. So the very people who were yelling at me in a German accent in my house gave it to me. What is your name?
William, sir.
Nice to see you again, William.
Nice to see you again, Mr. Winkler. My question is, how was the experience working with your friend Ron Howard again on the amazing show Arrested Development?
Well, you know, Ron produces it, and he does the voiceover, so I never see him. But Ron is like my brother. He's like my younger brother. He is a wonderful man. He was directed to directing from a very young age. He knew exactly what he wanted and got there. You know, he never let that go. You know, he's a wonderful, wonderful guy. You should write him and tell him I should be in more of his films.
Thank you
Hello.
very much. Hi, Mr. W.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Doing well.
What is your name?
KJ.
Nice to see you.
I have a quick question, or two-part question.
2 parts?
Yeah.
Not that quick.
Hopefully. What was your worst experience with the film TV industry, and what was the key lesson you've learned from it?
The key lesson that I have learned from being alive is relax. That whatever you think is terrible about the moment you're in, it is not the burden of your life. And that it will work out as you move yourself forward. And I don't have, oh, you know what, I'll tell you, I was fired from directing the movie Turner and Hooch. Yeah, I worked with the dog and I got along. That seemed to have been it. Yes, what is your name?
Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Hi. I have ADHD myself, and I was curious too, along with the dyslexia, did you also have a little bit of that as well?
I'm sure.
Seemed like you were
I'm sure. I got so
paralyzed,
many things.
blanking of the mind and whatnot.
Yes. And then you figure out tricks to help you focus, right? So do you live pretty well with it?
I try to. I
Yeah.
mean, I have an accommodation at work where I have a little less phone contact of people just phoning me. Like, I have a hard time with being put on the spot.
Yes.
That's my big thing.
I understand, but
Whereas an email, I know exactly what someone wants, and I can
isn't
have a
that
little
wonderful?
Think about it.
That's wonderful. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for
You
telling
bet.
your story.
Hi.
Hi, Henry.
What is your name?
My name is Mirko.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good.
You're in 2 of my favorite films.
Yes.
Lords of Flatbush and Nightshift.
Yes, oh, Nightshift is great. Now, have you seen Here Comes the Boom? Here Comes the Boom?
I haven't.
No, as soon as you see Here Comes the Boom, I will be in 3 of your favorite films.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
about Nightshift.
Yes.
Ron Howard film again.
First film.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
First film.
I think it's just an incredible film, and I'm just wondering, how does that film fail at the box office?
You know why? I'll tell you exactly why. When they put it out as a kid's film. And really, it was 18 to 54. But they put it out for children, and they completely mismarketed. I think it got an award for the worst marketing of the year. Honest to God. Because, you know, if you watch it even today, it was made in 1983, it holds up. It's funny. Michael Keaton is phenomenal in it. And you know what? It was interesting because Ron said to me, just be in the movie. You can play either role. And I thought, well, I just played the Fonz, so I'll play Chuck and I'll play Richie. And that's who I was thinking of when I was doing it. Richie. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Mr. Winkler.
What a great costume.
Thank you.
What is your name?
Cher.
Hi. Cher, like the singer?
Yep.
Do you sing?
Not as well as her.
No, me either.
I was wondering what the most challenging portion of going from in front of the screen to behind the screen as a director and a producer, what did you find to be the most challenging part?
Do you know what the hardest thing for me is to do is to read? I read my first novel when I was 31. So reading all of those scripts and the rewrites, and that is my most difficult part of it. But you know what? You slog through it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan, you blinked during the picture.
That was me.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing the redo.
No, it's okay.
So my question is about kind of what you mentioned, like what strategies and tricks you used for reading scripts and how you got through things.
Do you know what? In the very beginning, when reading was so hard, I read one word at a time. And it's the way I do it. And so it's really good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way you do it is the way it should be. There's not one way for a human being to walk on this earth. You know?
Thanks.
Sir.
Hi.
What is your name?
Roger.
Hi, Robert. Nice to see you again.
Roger.
Roger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're like this.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Henry, just wondering, what was it like to be you back in the mid-'70s, back when Happy Days
Before I met my wife.
Yeah, it could be. You could answer it that way. I was thinking as well as when
It was
Happy Days...
idiosyncratic. People wanted my socks without ever taking off my shoes. It was scary. It was amazing. All of a sudden, I became, for the first time in my life, good-looking at 27. I never thought I was good-looking, and then all of a sudden, all these girls that I wanted to talk to, who wouldn't talk to me, are now talking to me. So now, the most difficult thing is you have to step back, not believe it, and just feel who is sincere. You know?
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
What is your name?
Evan.
Hi, Ev. We took a picture together, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to see you. What is your question?
I know Hank Zipzer was turned into a TV show. How did it feel to star in it?
Well, I will tell you, that was amazing. I wanted to make a television show out of the books. Nobody in America wanted to buy it. We tried all the time. The BBC bought it. I couldn't get it on in America. Now, all of a sudden, it has come to Universal Kids, which was Sprout at one time. They got older. And I am so excited that I get to play Mr. Rock, and I got to say to my fictional Hank what Mr. Rock said to me. Great.
Thank you.
So, how much time do I have, sir? I have 10 minutes. I have 10 more minutes. So, speak quickly.
Hello,
What is your name?
Breck.
Hi.
Hi. Out of the acting and into the producing world here, I loved the original MacGyver.
Yes.
With Richard Dean Anderson. I
Yes,
thought
I
it
did
was a great
too.
show.
Yes.
And I've really fallen in love with your new version of it.
Thank you.
With Lucas Till and George Eads.
Thank you. Isn't George Ead great?
Oh, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
How much of a parallel are you drawing from the original? I mean, other than
Do you
it's
know
the
what?
grandson.
They had to take me as an executive producer because it was in my contract. But it's run by another guy, but I go in and I edit the show with him, and we have become wonderful friends. And I did not say one thing about his vision against what we did, because what is working, and I am so happy.
Oh, it's working wonderfully.
Yeah.
Now, is Angus ever going to find his father?
I don't know. I don't know.
Thank you.
That is a good question. Hi.
Hi, Mr. Winkler. My name is Brandon, and I was curious. As someone who only knows you recently from the Hank Zipzer Christmas special from last year, what was it like to shoot that and have it brought to life as a celebration of your book series, kind of?
Do you know what? We did 3 seasons on the BBC, and then we did a television movie, which is the Christmas special.
Oh.
And it is lovely. I'm living my dream. I'm 72 years old. I was just 72 in October. And I'm still having this great time because you're going to watch in December Better Late Than Never. There you go. Yes. How are you?
Doing okay.
What is your name?
Artemis.
Pleasure.
Yeah, my sister and my now late dad, my dad passed away 5 years ago. They were in the original MacGyver as extras. There was a Chinese dragon dance scene.
Yes.
Did you do your stunt for that shark jumping scene?
I did all the water skiing except the jump because they would not let me do a stunt. But if you watch the episode of Happy Days where I am water skiing, and you'll see me let go of the rope, land on the beach, step out of the skis, and kind of smile, that is the Fonz going, "Hey," and Henry going, "Oh my God, I did it." Now listen, I want you to have the most wonderful holiday season. Thank you for your warmth and for sharing this time with me. I'm going back to my booth now. I will be there until 3. I want to show you that I brought these t-shirts. I have 2 of them. I don't want to take it home. I have no pride. I'm pushing the t-shirts. You could buy it right now. They are $100 because there are only 100 of them in the world. Okay, that's good. I also have 1 copy of the book I read on tape. This is called Ghost Buddy, and somehow, I don't know how this happened, when you read Ghost Buddy or listen to it, the ghost sounds like the Fonz. I love Vancouver. Thank you.